name is Sharon Parker, and I'm the host of Saboteur to Success, Secrets to Overcoming Imposter Syndrome for Solopreneurs. And I've got a really special guest on my show today, Michael WhiteFeather. Michael is a self-mastery guide, an activator, and system buster. He loves to empower people, knowing that this raises the collective vibration and moves humanity closer to unity and harmony. For 15 years, Michael has been investigating how consciousness is expressed through our bodies and through events in our life. He has researched and practiced energy healing and vibrational medicine. Through his work, he has come to know that we are powerful creators and must take responsibility for our daily reality and understand that our thoughts and our beliefs have an effect on the people and environment around us. Michael's treatments are focused on helping his clients to rebalance their mind and body and transform their life. He assists people transmute old patterns, find true happiness, and change their life through practicing being in a state of awareness. He believes we all have the tools inside of us. We just need to activate our own knowingness and clear all that is untrue. He assists this activation and clearing and teaches people to use language that heals and attracts the life they are dreaming of, and to allow the possibility that the unexpected may happen, and to remain curious to experience. Michael's activations create a collective field for healing and balancing to take place. He works through sound, art, light, and conscious intent. His many modalities include self-realization and inquiry, vibrational medicine, deep resonance, toning, sound baths, cosmic celestial symphonies, shamanic energy healing, light code activations and transmissions, art, breathing techniques, scalar energy recalibration, new earth harmonics, sound light, technology, alchemy, I think that's two things there, written and sung light language. Wow, that's a really impressive array of modalities, some of which I haven't heard of before. So it's really exciting to have you here to learn more about everything you do, Michael. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's very nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're most welcome. And so I'm wondering if you could start by telling our audience a bit about your personal journey, like how you began this journey to come where you are now.
That started actually around 2005 when I met a woman in Greece, in Crete. I was working there for a summer and I was DJing, and I just turned 40, so people can do the math. I'm going to be 58 soon. And somehow I knew I was there, but I was not feeling that it was going the way I was hoping it was going. And soon I figured out that it was not really my path anymore. This was not my heart song anymore. And I got very sick, like 3 weeks. My suitcase didn't arrive and I couldn't play. And I met this woman and we became friends, and then we end up having a relationship as well. But she told me one of the first things that, hey, you are not grounded. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not grounded? She explained what is to be grounded, to like energetically I was floating above the floor, and she teach me how to ground myself through a technique that took me like being a tree. Your roots go all the way to the middle of the earth, and then you take in the energy. And so she explained that, and I did that. And the first morning that I woke up, I did that, and I really felt something different. So I started to do that for a little while, not long, and it opened up something in me for sure. So that was like the start of me becoming more interested in something very different than nightlife and DJ and alcohol and whatever is a part of that scene sometimes. So I knew that I had to make a turnaround, and amazingly, this woman is put on my path, and from there, that was in 2005. Um, I saw The Secret, the movie, 3 times in the day that I saw it for the first time. I could not stop watching it, and I really wanted to absorb as much as possible what they were saying and why they were saying it, and I could really see the logic behind everything. Is logic in this universe, right? Everything is frequency and everything is vibration, and words are just sounds that we gave meaning, so they carry frequencies with the meaning, even more frequency. So I started to become aware of a whole new world that took me into researching Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, Nassim Haramein, and all those people that are in that field. And I discovered a whole new world of biology of belief, that genetic diseases actually don't really exist. It's because we believe that we will get it too, is making it actually active. And they did tests to figure this out, like, is this really true? And so they took people that were not genetically related to their parents, and they were testing children in that way to see if they would have genetic disease that was in that family but could never be in them. And a lot of them had the same genetic disease, and they were like, hey, how is that possible? There's something that we're not seeing here, right? So that opened a whole new avenue of beliefs and habits, and how we have been programmed from the day that we have been conceived and that we are in the belly of the mother. So um, that was the beginning of my journey into awakening to a side of life that I didn't see before. So that's where it all started.
Right. And you were telling me before we started the interview about the job you were doing of telemarketing and your transition from that. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was in 2011. In 2011, I decided to stop working for a telemarketing company and to do it for myself, because um, I was really good at what I was doing, and I also enjoyed it. In a way, I was doing business to business, and it was good money, and I didn't have to work too hard, and I could do my music as well. So for me to be artistic or creative is very important. If I cannot do that, then I rather, I don't know, then life is not worth it, I guess. You have to be able to follow your heart song in such a way uh, that will also keep you in the flow of all the things that need to happen to you. Whenever we don't follow our heart song, we actually end up experiencing things that were not supposed to be on our on this in this experience, but we chose to step off the sideline, and so we experience things that we don't like, and then we wonder why, how come. Anyway, uh, so I went uh, to a friend of mine, an uncle, kind of an uncle, and he gave me all kinds of advices, and he said, of course, don't throw away your shoes before you have new ones. But I decided to not do that and to follow what I had learned in the years before, like, to imagine. And if you don't throw away your glasses, you can never expect your eyes to heal because you keep using the glasses. So I throw away my shoes, and amazingly, the first day that I started for myself, I get my first phone call from a long-time friend that I didn't see for a long time. And we even didn't separate that good back then. And he called me and we had a nice chat. And then he said, listen, but when I'm calling you, I need a telemarketing guy. Do you know anybody that does telemarketing? I said, I cannot believe it. I just started for myself today. This is my first day at my office in my living room, and you are calling me instead of I am calling you. So the universe showed me that um, the power of belief is very, very, it creates everything actually. We are structures of belief. We are walking belief structures and habitual creatures that um, that are running a program basically, because nothing that we know really is from ourselves. If you think about it,
Mm.
everything that we think we know came from other people.
Yeah, so you talk about running a belief and changing the beliefs that we have. And so in regards to imposter syndrome, in regards to feeling like, well, I'm not good enough, or it's too scary to make that leap. How what would you say to people, or how would you help people with that? Because making that leap of faith is a very scary thing to do, and that's where a lot of us will go, stop, I'm not doing that because I'm afraid of what will happen. How do you help people get past that?
Well, the fears are showing us, first of all, that um, that we are looking from a place that is not true, not real. So we could already take a breath and say, okay, wait a minute. If that's true, then I can now look deeper. So you go deeper in layers of looking to come to the conclusion that actually you are afraid of nothing, and that actually this fear is actually your biggest freedom tool, but it's made in such a way that you will stay afraid, um, but it's your gateway actually to experience something new, and um, it is an artificial emotion actually, fear. Children don't have fear until a certain age. A baby or a child that can just walk, it's not afraid. It will touch the stove. It doesn't know nothing yet. It's like a sponge taking everything in. There's no fear. So what is fear? It's artificial emotion. So it means it's not real. It has been programmed into us, and the media is helping um, this system to stay alive. People don't get out of this fear structures because we are constantly being kept in fear. So,
Yes, with fear, it's an interesting one because it's sort of programmed into us from, from a history of human evolution, and the negativity bias. If you go out into the bush alone and there's a tiger, and there's a tiger, okay, I'm afraid, I have to get to safety. Okay, that's fine. So if you go out into the bush and you don't perceive a tiger, and you think everything's fine, and then you get attacked and eaten. So it's like you've got to have this negativity bias just in case there is a tiger. Because if you go out in the bush and see there's a tiger there, even when there isn't, you still take yourself to safety. If you make the mistake that there is a tiger when there isn't, you're fine. But if you make the mistake that there isn't a tiger when there is, then you're dead.
yes,
So
yes.
it's kind of this thing that's part of human evolution. So you're saying that fear is untrue. How can we find
Well,
that foundation within us of that? Yeah.
there is fight and flight, which is not fear. That is a response, um, which is life saving. So if I see a tiger, I run.
Mm.
That I don't have to know. If I know there is a tiger, I rather not go. But if I don't know, I'm not going to worry if there will be a tiger, because then I'm just in my own way, because there's just here and now. There's ways to create your own future, your own reality, your own now moment. Depends on how you was thinking a moment ago. So, and that is a constant loop that we are in.
Mm.
So we can choose our reality, and the fear that most people have is in that way not real, because it all takes place in the mind. It doesn't exist in higher self, in
Mm.
the I am that was here before you could speak even, is not bothered by all those things of the outside. It doesn't have fear. It cannot die. It will always live. It doesn't have shape. It's not that it's stronger here than it's stronger there. It cannot fade. That I am presence is actually what people experience through guiding and through self inquiry, and um, to discover more about their true essence.
Mm.
They start to also see that their fears are actually illusions, because here they don't exist. It's all the mind and our definitions that are triggering our actions and responses and
Mm.
create events, because we are so programmed, full of opinions. And the world is keeping us busy with opinions. Everybody is talking about what's happening in the world, and more and more every day. Like it's like a machine. We are being fed
Mm.
so many narratives and so many ideas, and so you know.
Yeah, and a lot of us, we're walking around with all of these ideas and beliefs, and we're not consciously aware of them. And our reactions and the way we live are so automatic, programmed. So, how can you give us an example of how you helped a client with that kind? We all have that, really, uncover this automatic programming and clear it, and how it changed their lives.
Well, I had a friend that came with a friend, and they just came to hang out, and in the kitchen, the female, the woman, she told me something very personally and emotionally, and I answer her in such a way, from just, I don't go around, I'm not here to be a friend, I'm just very true, and I cut the mind stuff out so that we can really have a connection, a real connection. And I gave her an answer, and she starts to cry. And I said, "Do you want to go upstairs? Shall we talk a bit more? Because there's stuff that I can share with you." And she said, "Yeah, yeah, please." So we went up here in this room with the three of us. And I put her in front of Muji. Do you know who's Muji?
No.
No? Muji is um, teaching, guiding people into self realization, self inquiry, self discovery by going inside and discovering who we are. So that has a certain guidance with it, and we have to agree on certain things. So she sat in front of what he was talking about, and after 30 minutes, she said, "I cannot believe, but I had such an experience, very spiritual experience also, but she could not, she was trying to see if she could still feel her fears, but she didn't feel her fears. Like, is it really gone? Yeah, it's really gone. She could not believe what she was experiencing inside, the the clarity that actually everything that I think that I am afraid of doesn't really exist. And then if you go very deep, we live in a holographic reality. Everything that we think we see first have to exist inside of us. So we are projecting everything. So wow, what does that mean? That's a whole another level. So, but to come back to a 30-minute pointing of, close your eyes for a moment and just empty yourself from all your identity, your name, what you do, what you did, what you want to achieve in life, all that stuff. Leave it all in a backpack outside, put it in the backpack outside the door, and come into my come into the room of my being, and take off your shoes before you enter the room. So you enter and you sit and you close your eyes and you just are responding to whatever I will be asking you or suggesting or whatever I speak about. You will be having the answers intuitively inside, and it's not new concepts. It's just you knowing the answers. So um, it is a build-up of questions that will lead you to an experience inside that you can only experience. You
Mm.
know, I when I experience that, I start to laugh. I like my belly, like out of nowhere, like a total release of the person, of the identity of who we believe ourselves to be.
Mm.
Uh, and that is something that you cannot transfer to people. People have to experience it themselves. So I had quite a few sessions with people just through the internet like this, that through this kind of guiding, they they open up and
Mm.
they start to see the world through different eyes, and a lot of illusions will pop away like balloons, tup, 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 tup. So bubbles, because they really don't exist, only by our definitions. And then we come back to beliefs. What is your beliefs about who you are and what you are capable of, and what is the world according to you, what is possible in the world according to you. We have so many layers of definitions that
Mm.
prevent us actually from being that entrepreneur or being that artist or being whatever we want to be, but we're not getting there because we have so many layers of beliefs that are saying they go against what we actually want, but we have been programmed with all these beliefs that are not allowing this frequency and this frequency are not matching. So
Mm.
you're kind of standing still.
Yeah, and that's the imposter syndrome is one of the ways we do that to ourselves. And so
Uh-huh.
I'm just wondering, for those listeners who want to start to make a living or move forward to make a living from what their heart truly wants, but may be afraid to start or take the next step or become more visible, I'm wondering if you could give us a short demonstration or activation that to give people a feel for what it is you do and how you work.
Okay, can you repeat it from the beginning? What did you
Right.
say at the
Okay.
start?
So for people who are wanting to step out and do the work in the world that their heart wants, like entrepreneurs who really have a heart for what they want to do, but are afraid they can't make a living from that, or are afraid to become more visible, or that people won't come, or people won't benefit from what they have to offer. All this fear around that's stopping people from becoming or moving into the business or the way of earning their way in the world that comes from
Uh,
their heart.
all right. I think you have to start at the basic. The basic question is, what am I doing, or what do I want to do, and why?
Mm.
Why is a very great question. It's a self-inquiring question. Is why am I doing this? If there is goals to be achieved, then you're not really living in the now. And of course, you have to have a plan or an idea of where you want to go and how you want to achieve it. But in the big picture, you don't have to spend a lot of time there. It's the biggest question is, what and why are you doing the things that you are doing or not doing? If you can figure that out, then you get a true picture of what it is that you're supposed to be doing, because a lot of people are doing things that they're not supposed to be doing, but they want, but they're not really supposed to be doing it. I once had an idea to have, like you have an employment agency, I had an idea to have a deployment agency. Like I will come to your company to see if people are really in the right place in their life. Like, are you doing what you're doing because you have to make money? Get out. Are you doing what you're doing because something is driving you and pushing you, and and you make money with it? Follow it. It will succeed. But you have to be in a flow. There should not be too much thinking, actually. Thinking and fears, although fears are showing you that you are on the right track, but there's just some forces that don't want you to get there. And so those fears are playing into those, the program of the human is the ego wants comfort, and it doesn't want to really do something that it doesn't know. And so there is something in the way. So to become more conscious of who you are, and that you have a mind, and that you have a program that says you should be afraid. Wait a minute, no, no, no. So there's ways to really detect, okay, am I doing what I should be doing? And if that's a yes, okay, then why am I doing it? Because this is just, I cannot explain it. Even if it's the most strange thing, I just have to do it. Follow it, because that will keep you in the flow of what is here for you to experience, the flow of life. If we are resisting, um, then we are not in the flow, and fears are actually resisting. We are constantly thinking, which is kind of resisting the initial intuitive creative idea that we have. We're excited, but comes the mind, and but the first uh, impulse is usually what you can trust, what you can follow. And I did that many times in my life, and it brought me to amazing places and amazing experiences with people, and the sessions that I had, Sharon. I I didn't even know that those things were going to happen. I came from a place like, I'm just here and I'm just a channel from of energy, and uh, that is healing. That is not even conscious conversation. Apart from self-realization, there is this self-healing ability that we have. We can feel our own energy with our hands. I started to work on myself, and I also started to work on other people, and they started to tell me what they were feeling, and I was just doing. I didn't really have an idea of how I was going to do it. And Chandler once told me, when I asked him, how you're telling me all these things. He by the way, he told me all the things that happened in the last 15, 20 years. He said it all. That's a whole different story. Uh, Now I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about just doing without thinking. You were healing with your hands and amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, um, it it taught me that our hands are very powerful, and people have experiences when I do things with them. And so I really emptied myself. I had no intention of healing you, because if I'm healing you, it means that you're sick. No, 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 I'm not coming from there. I'm just going to touch you with my energy, with my high vibing energy. I'm going to come into your energy field, and you're going to feel it. And high energy goes over low energy. And so your energy will merge, change, whatever. It cannot be destroyed, it can only be altered.
Mhm.
And so that's how I started to play with everything that I was doing. And I was really, um, intentionally, totally with it. And people on a distance, not even with a computer, just with my mind, they could feel the stuff that I was doing. So it blew my mind. I was discovering all these things by just following my heart. I started to do light language, not because I planned it, but just because it felt like, and I was making sounds my whole life. I was DJing, I make my own music, I love to dance. Um, so it was always inside of me, and now I had a kind of a reason, and I made an activation, and I was part of groups of activations and with beautiful people. And my people in my whole life told me that you have something with your voice, you have to start use your voice. And I said, thank you very much, but I don't know. And I did radio, but I never really felt like talking or speaking or singing. And in 2013, 14, I said, I feel like singing. I never said that in my life, but it suddenly came up. So from 2005 on, my life is like an escalator of experiences, of following my bliss and my intuition, and um, kind of how do you call it? I can see what is coming in the future. If somebody is talking to me, I can predict how your life is going to unfold because of what you're telling me. Your language, everything you say, it is an open book. So when we will meet, it's very easy to get people to a different level of seeing, because to answer now the part that you asked, what is it? How do you get people? It's like if you would close your eyes, I would ask you, there is something that is aware in the middle center of your head, right? Like your awareness is here. Now, you, the aware being, you can see your ego identities. You can see them all. You can see all the events that occurred in your life, that you were angry or afraid, or who can see all those events? There was something here in you, always present in the background, that was here before you were born, before you could speak. There was this I am presence. Okay, so that in itself shifted, um, for example, the son of my partner. I did that with him during the dinner. I said, close your eyes. Now imagine that you can see all those. Can you see it? He said, yeah, yeah. And I said, now, who can see all that? Are you aware that actually there's something that can see that? And he said, wow. It was like, wow. So it's a very easy step, actually, because I'm not asking you to learn anything new. I'm just asking you a question, and you will answer it, and by the answers that you will give, you will have an experience, and that will take care of a lot of illusionary stuff that we are walking around with, and that is like quantum jumping in awareness. So um, I have sessions, many sessions that people come like with their story, and I let them tell it, and within 45 minutes I change the way that they look at their own story, and I send them the recordings. Listen to yourself, because this is your programming, and now you can change how you speak, how you want to tell the story to somebody else. Do you want to tell the same story still, or are you going to tweak it? Because you can go back in time to change what was to your advantage. You can go ahead in time, because it's all happening now. There's no future, there's no past really. It's all happening now. So you can change everything now, still, even if it already happened, because it's still happening, but just in a different dimensional space. So,
So, can you lead us through an experience of something like that?
yeah, would you like to hear some soul language maybe?
Yeah, whatever your heart is telling you now.
Well, I guess I just explained quite intellectually what
Mm,
it is. Like if
mm,
you would just imagine that you have always been here, um, then yeah, let's just do that. Let's just close our eyes and just get used to the eyes being closed. If you feel like opening them a little bit and then closing them again, then do that. Take your time to really gently and relaxed, in a relaxed way, close your eyelids so that the tension has been released. And then take 3 gentle breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And make a sound. Ah, if you can. If you don't want to, that's all fine. Ah. Now just become aware of the inside of the body. And I say the body because you are not the body. You are in the body, but you are also outside the body. You are actually a multi-dimensional being. So become aware of what goes on inside the body. And you're just there to observe. There's nothing to do. There's just a simple, pure witnessing. Like you happen to be there. You are not observing it from any other point of view. You are just there and looking at whatever is being shown to you. Become aware of the sensations that you can feel all throughout your body. And you will find that there is many sensations going on at once. And if you would have to flag them like you do with little needles on a map, like I've been there and there and there, just try if you can to see if you can do that with the sensations that you feel inside the body. Now from this place, just look at whatever is presenting itself inside your body. Maybe an intuition comes to you. Maybe a thought. Maybe a picture. Maybe you are already located somewhere inside the body, and then just be with that. But just witness what is being shown when you are just there as the observer. So if you would have a pain inside the body anywhere, it doesn't matter where, you could just go there from within, and you go and look, and you don't want to change anything. There's nothing to achieve. There's just a looking at what is occurring there, because it was not there before and it will not be there after. So it comes and it also goes. The more that we get out of the way, the easier it also goes. And yes, it can be uncomfortable when you are in pain. And I experienced a lot of pain, but I practiced this. And it got me through a state where I rose above the pain in a bliss state that I could not believe that it existed even. But when we become unattached to whatever is going on inside the body, we are just the witness. We are looking at it through the eyes of mother love that sees its child and that is just not interfering in its growth process. It's just there watching and smiling, because this is how you are in control over whatever occurs inside the body, because what is happening is happening. Now, how shall we react? How shall we respond? Is essential for it to stick around or fade out. So we become unattached. We have no outcome. There's no intention of healing. There's just a simple seeing, which will bring the understanding or the knowing of whatever is occurring, why it is occurring, because we create everything with our state of consciousness. So whatever is occurring, you could say that you have created it. Not consciously, but subconsciously, unconsciously. And so this is how you can figure out what is really going on. And it will go, because when you see what you need to see, mostly what we have is actually also the solution. The question is also the answer, usually. So stay in this awareness. And now, just listen to my voice and listen what this will do to your body. Saya Saya tu. Saya he anaya o arana hi anaya wa. Haya wa arana hi anaya e. Shawa a. Yanaya wa hi wa. Aranaya wa na shaya wa yanara e. Now, what you do not see because you are with your eyes closed is my hand in front of you, and it's going up and down from top to bottom, from bottom to top, from top to bottom, and from bottom to top, upside down, up and down. My hand goes through your energy field, bringing in the wind of change, releasing all stuck energy, baggage that is not ours, frequencies that don't belong to our. Shanariyawa narayawa nai. Shayanarayawa nai yawa he. Hanawana ranangaya henarau. Anaranang warna hena e naria wara he ara kara henaya narinaya nahe. You may slowly come back, open your eyes. And this was just a little taste of what it is to be submerged in a conscious guiding back to who you are, and supported with some sound of the soul that just come up like they do. No script. Usually I have a microphone with a little bit of effect and it sounds a bit more, but to give a basic idea of what it is, this is what I love to do. And people comment me on with things that I'm like, oh, really, really that happened to you? So, oh, okay, cool.
Thank you, Michael. That was, I'm just buzzing all over. I feel like I could feel my energy at the beginning through my whole body, and you talked about sensations, and I could feel like a whole body kind of buzzing, but I could feel more tight and stuck feelings in different parts of my body. And now I still feel those places, but this buzzing is sort of like expanded with its energy, let's say, yeah, and exciting. And the words, your voice, it just feels like deep wisdom somehow.
Yeah. I feel very excited when I'm doing this. I'm doing it also just for myself. You know, I just have to make sounds. I whistle, I record stuff, and I just have to do it.
Mm.
And I teach people actually to use sound to create their own dome. Like we have a Merkaba, we have like energy bodies around us that is like 330 feet big, is the biggest one. And so with our own frequencies, we can inform our field and we can take out everything that we don't want. And it's like a prevention system of things
Mhm.
that coming in, but it's not made for that. It's not the intention to protect ourselves. It's just it's an effect of having like a glass dome around you, but then it's energy and you are creating it with your own sound, and your voice is 432 hertz. So uh, they want us to sing in 440 hertz, and that's why all the pop music is in 440 hertz. But I have a tuner, and I saw like, wow, my voice is 432 hertz. The
Mm.
instruments, the drums that they make from wood and skin, it's all 432, unless they tune it. But
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about what you're saying is we create with our own voice this dome, and so it's perfect for us. It's tailor-made for us. It's our own.
yeah, yeah. And I saw that you are doing emotional frequency therapy, EFT, and that is actually one of the first things that I came to that I came in contact with in my journey from 2005 on. That was the things that were like on my path, and I did that. I ordered the book. I have the book still, and so sound and what you do with EFT, it's very connected actually. If we
Mm.
start to have more emotional balanced state, and then we sound it in with just what comes up in you, because that's what it should be. Then people will start to experience um, much more power and much less disturbance in their field. And we are living in a time of many disturbances, frequency wise, but they are in the air is filled with frequencies. If it's TV channels or radio channels, and then there is all kinds of other frequencies that EMF, 5G, whatever. There's so much in the air that we can really protect ourselves if we start to use sound seriously
Mm.
and use it less. Uh, by the way, like singing songs, it's nice, but the lyrics do have effect. And so, if you're wondering why you don't have a lover yet, or you don't have the perfect relationship yet, or it's maybe because of the songs that you're still singing. And so, the levels of beliefs and habits, they go so deep. We have been trained in so many ways. So,
Yes, so we all need to look at our Spotify playlists and find out what we want to put in there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I offer a lot of activations also on SoundCloud. People can just listen to it for free and
Right.
download it for free. I offer that for free, one-on-one, of course, or special things I don't
Yes.
offer for free.
Yeah, well, thank you for that gift. And on that theme, can you talk to us a little now about the free gift you're offering?
The free gift that I'm offering.
Yes, as
Uh,
part of this summit series.
yeah, so I have lots of goodies and gifts. You can go to my SoundCloud page and download dance music for your workout. You can download the activations to be listening without internet, and it's all in good quality so that the frequencies remain. I have a website where you can download all kinds of frequency encoded art, which is, have you seen my art?
No, I saw a little bit at the beginning on your Zoom screen, but I haven't seen your art
Yeah.
otherwise. Yeah.
So I make light encoded art, uh, which I use in videos with the activations. So you are getting my voice you're getting the visuals, and they come with a lot of wisdom. Like you said, I don't even know what it's going to do for you, but I
Mm,
don't want to know. It's
mm,
also best if I don't have a huge description of what it's going to do for you, and because it 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 may be do for you something else than for me or for her. Um, it's not supposed to be very intellectual.
yeah.
So there is kind of an explanation, and so you can download all these art for free as well. One-on-one or special stuff is not free, but that is all available um, on the internet. So if people want to know where,
Yeah,
you
I'll
can
put
maybe
the
look
links
up
to all of
links.
that information in the show notes so people can just look under this video and find it
Yes,
exactly.
and um, uh, a free gift. Is that like a free session or something that I give away for somebody, or
No, it's something where it's just a specific thing that you offer that it's in relation to this summit that you think is really going to be a good fit that you offer people.
okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, on my YouTube there's videos with activations that they are called embodiment actualizations, where I talk to you conscious conversation, bringing you back in the here and the now. Who are you? Because you are God. And then I do the sounds and there is the visuals. So
Mm,
I would really recommend people to watch that. It's free, and if you want to go to SoundCloud to download it and listen it offline, it's all free, and that's the best quality, by the way. So um, that would really give people also an idea of what it is that I'm doing, and
yeah.
empower them in the same time to get rid of the illusions of fear,
Thank you,
but also to
Michael.
show you your beliefs,
Yeah. And
because we have
I
to know our beliefs. If we
mm,
don't know our deepest beliefs, we keep going in circles. So it's essential
mm.
to figure out that.
Beautiful. There's plenty there for everybody to explore. Thank you so much, Michael. Your gifts to the world are amazing and beautiful. And as it says in your on your website, you really are a system buster. I can really feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to teach people how they can be a self-governing human being and
Yes.
heal themselves.
Yeah.
That in the end, you don't have to heal yourself because you are self-governing.
Mm,
So that's just a temporary thing. But I want people to be able to do it themselves so that they don't need me anymore. And
mm-hmm.
so I'm not here to create customers and clients and endless courses and stuff. No, it's very simple. If you come to me, I'm going to tell you, hey, you're God, but you're just full of beliefs and definitions that you don't know about, that are in your way of
Yeah.
creating what you want. So let's figure them out, and start to take care of your own body with feeling energy, becoming aware of your own energy, and then hasta la vista, and have a great life,
Yeah.
and inspire others to do this as well for themselves. Because if we don't need hospitals anymore, then my goal is achieved.
Amen. Thank you very much, Michael.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. And um, yeah, reach out to me. I'm a very easy guy. You can talk to me. No charge there, for like introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Just reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm here.
Wonderful. Thank you.